So I was just like playing some Europa Universalis for when the those guys declared war on me, and they actually have less soldiers than me, only 5,000, but they're allied to the Ottoman Empire. So that's a big problem because the Ottomans have like so many soldiers. Like I don't really stand a chance. So I'm just sort of running away, and like my army to Starny, like they're all like in the red because I didn't think I was gonna get declared war on. Luckily, I got the Kara Koyunlu or what, however it's pronounced, on my side. They weren't even my allies, but I guess uh, they are now. Apparently, maybe they guaranteed my independence, or maybe they were warning the I still don't know what the let's see. There's Karakuyunlu, and then there's the other one that's. So here I'm just sort of like trying to figure out what to do. I'm sending my soldiers up to the north, trying to help out, and there's Biapas, I think they're called, and so I'm gonna help with that battle, the 2,000 versus 2,000. Though it looks like the battle's already over before I even arrived. So yeah, now I'm just there. I'm going to send my. You can see I'm going to send my soldiers back because they're all in the green and I have more troops. But then the Ottomans arrive and they have 23,000. So now I'm thinking I better like send my soldiers to reunite with my allies. Yeah, I'm at war with Akkoyun though. Uh, so I'm trying to like just surrender or whatever because I know I can't possibly win, but they're demanding I give them my capital, and obviously, if you give someone your capital and you only have one province, that just means you lose. That's all that means. So I'm trying. So I'm thinking that's the end of the game for me because there's no way I'm going to win a war against the Ottomans and Akoyun. Well, Akoyun isn't really a threat by themselves, but there's no way I'm gonna like survive with my independence to the end of this war. Like when I'm facing the Ottomans, things are just gonna get worse and worse. But well, I have to like try something, so I send my armies over to unite with my ally Kara Koyunlu. They have like 18,000 down there, so I just attach them to the Third Army. And the thing is, okay, Kara Koyunlu, they have their own war with the Persians, a war that I am not a part of. So my soldiers are basically useless there because Kara Koyunlu, they're not really fighting the Ottomans, they're just fighting the Persians, the Ajam. And I'm not at war with Ajam, so having my troops there doesn't help them and it doesn't help me, and they just sort of detach my army from theirs. So now I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with my army because I'm not gonna fight the Ottomans all on my own. So I just send them up north to the Biapis, whatever, the that tiny place on the Caspian Sea. Yeah, by so I'm trying to separate peace Ottomans. Maybe they'll accept something, but they won't. So I mean, if I could separate peace the Ottomans, then I would just like yeah, that'd be pretty good for me because then I could just take over all of Koyunlu, but I can't. So I'm gonna have to figure out some other way to maintain my independence. That's just one of the events popping up. So I just sit my armies there, uh, and just siege the capital of Astara, watching while the Ottomans take all of my allies' stuff. Now, if the if they siege my capital of Hisan Kaifa, I will immediately get annexed. So it's very lucky for me that they're sieging it with 5. which is not enough to actually take my capital. So they're just gonna sit there and not actually siege it while the Ottomans siege down all of my allies' stuff. Diplomatic technology, not really helpful in the war, doesn't really help me win. So at that point, they've just given up trying to siege my capital because they literally don't have the capability to. So, oh, here I'm having to fight some separatists from a completely different war that, separatists are just at war with everyone. So I think some country got annexed. And when a country gets annexed, all the armies that they did have would just become separatists, and that's what happened. So I ended up fighting some random separatists, and now my army is okay. Here I thought I could just that like charge into the breach thing never really works out. It always just like I mean, if you have like a lot of soldiers and very high morale, then and the enemy only has like less than 1,000, then I think it might be a good idea. But here it just costed me a lot of manpower and morale, so my forces aren't in any condition to fight anyone. Well, I mean now they're back up to 4,000, but they should be like 7,000. So we siege that, and as you can see, my ally is just completely sieged down, which is bad for them. But actually, if I just sign a peace treaty with them, I don't actually have to give away my capital. I can just give them all of my allies' land, and they'll be happy to accept that. and I and look, like I don't even have to give them money. So well, maybe I do. Yeah, I'll give them two gold, and I get my independence. Well, I mean, obviously, I already had my independence, but I maintain my independence. I'm an independent country, and all it costed was giving away. They're not even actually my ally. I don't know why they were on my side of the war, but I guess that's that. I am still independent. Yay!